Have you heard of complex PTSD and are wondering what you can do about it? Hypnotherapy can help. So, what is complex PTSD, sometimes called CPTSD? It simply refers to trauma that occurred over a prolonged period of time. So, think of things like child abuse, child abandonment, domestic abuse over a period of time. It can also come from long-term abuses from things like racism, sexism, being in an environment where you have the minority religion or you're from a minority culture, things along those lines. So this complex PTSD means an exposure to these traumatic events over a long period of time. And typically, these were things about which you could do little, at least at the time. And because of this, there are likely layer upon layer of experiences of fear and anxiety, etc., where a person feels that they can't do anything about it. It feels like they cannot escape. And what this does oftentimes is it leads to an almost continuous state of anxiety, feelings of fears triggered, even in moments where there doesn't seem to be anything going on at that time. It can mean low self esteem, feelings of low self worth, things like that. So, how does hypnotherapy help? Hypnotherapy is really good at going back to these series of traumatic events and these layer upon layer of fears and anxieties and unraveling the fears, unraveling the anxieties, helping one to process the memories of those events, not necessarily by reliving them, but more so think of examining them kind of at an arm's length. And by doing this, you can process the events and get to a point where you realize you no longer have to be afraid. You no longer have to feel small. You no longer have to feel stuck by whatever it was that you were exposed to and however it was you may have been abused, neglected, abandoned, etc. And when you do this, you're able to transform the memories and more importantly, the feelings of those traumatic events from being something that was done to you that you can't do anything about to it being an unfortunate historical aspect of your life, but something that no longer has to affect you in such a negative way today. In fact, most people who have some form of complex PTSD who go through hypnotherapy experience number one, first, a dramatic shift, a very cathartic lifting of those fears and anxieties, usually in the first session or two. And after that, they very quickly find themselves again unraveling these fears, these feelings of anxiety, and simultaneously growing your personal self-worth. You transform those traumatic events from this thing that's done to you that weighs you down to this point in your history that's in the past, that oftentimes you're now more empowered. You've learned from, become even more strong in your feelings of personal self-worth and your self-confidence. So if you or somebody you know has or experiences some level of complex PTSD, I strongly suggest that you give hypnotherapy a try. And if you want to learn more, you can check out the link in the bio here or look at some more videos to see how hypnotherapy can help you make dramatic changes fast. See you in another video soon.